The time is now 6 p.m. Our regular City Council meeting for September 13, 2020 is now in session. First on the agenda is Councilmember Scagliola who will lead us with the opening prayer and the pledges of allegiance to the flags of the United States and the state of Texas. Please rise.
Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we ask for your blessing on those who gather in your name. Now, this past weekend, most of us took time to reflect on the tragedy of 9/11. The senseless carnage of that day left an indelible stain on the psyche of our nation. To say the least, our nation was suffering. Yet the Bible teaches us that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. But in that situation, what was there to hope for? Well, I believe a glimmer of hope emerged as we recognized the sacrifice, pride, courage, and selfless devotion to duty displayed by so many on that day and in the weeks that followed. In solidarity, we set our petty differences aside, and for a time, the United States of America became united in purpose and resolve. We as a nation turned this tragedy into a tribute and an eventual triumph over evil. Lord, 21 years later, as we conduct the business of our city, we ask for your continued grace as we move forward with a united sense of purpose, inspired by the guidance of your holy word. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Councilmember Scagliola. First, we have a couple of presentations, proclamations. Could I please have the IT professionals join me up here in the front? The City of Schertz Proclamation, National IT Professionals Day, September 20th, 2022. Whereas we celebrate National IT Professionals Day on the third Tuesday of every September, and on September 20th, 2022 this year, to recognize the technical experts, network engineers, system administrators, database admins, and the more types of IT professionals that make sure our computer systems run smoothly. Whereas information technology is recognized as a fundamental part of modern society and is defined as the use of the many computers, applications, storage, networking, and other systems, infrastructure, and processes to create, process, store, secure, and exchange all forms of electronic data. Whereas in the City of Schertz, the IT department consists of 10 employees who bring to the city a combination of experience of more than 200 years in the technology industry, the director with 40 years, the computer systems coordinator 25 years, senior systems administrators 36 years, public safety systems coordinators 28 years, GIS administrators 26 years, GIS specialists 24 years, 3 IT specialists with a combined of 10 years, and an administrative assistant with 15 years of experience. Whereas the City of Schertz IT department oversees hundreds of software programs for the city with the goals of ensuring smooth, efficient, around-the-clock operations for all city departments, including the City Council, senior management, finance, all public safety agencies, the library, planning and development, and public works. Whereas the City of Schertz IT department responsibilities also include providing 24/7 support, more than 3,000 devices, including telecommunication systems, cell phones, internet firewalls, servers, desktops, mobile computers, camera systems, tablets, switches for both office and also to focus on personnel. Whereas the City of Schertz IT department currently oversees the participants in more than 60 ongoing projects across the city, providing direction, guidance, and insight to ensure that the city has a secure, reliable technology foundation for years to come. Whereas the City of Schertz IT department continues to focus on identifying and meeting new challenges in key areas such as cybersecurity, state and federal guidelines for data management and security, and shifting technology trends. Now, therefore, it is my resolve that I, Ralph Gutierrez, Mayor for the City of Schertz, recognize September 20th, 2022 as National IT Professionals Day, and I urge the citizens of this community to appreciate the expert technology experience and the talent of our IT team brings to our city each day. Miles, thank you. Mike's yours.
Thank you. Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for this. The IT department works daily in the background to keep us alive, and our favorite line is that as long as it works, nobody's yelling at us, we're in good shape. But no news is good news. But we do appreciate the honor. I do want to say that my team is probably one of the best IT teams I've worked with in my entire career. They're very talented, very dedicated, and without them, we would not be able to do the work we do today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
It's so important. I mean, our IT, what can I say? I mean, if our computers are not working nowadays, we are at a standstill. It's amazing. I want to say special thanks to Brittany. I had a small computer glitch, and she helped me through it. For some reason, I thought I was locked out from my system. And it was basically just the battery. Can you believe it? When I was punching in my password, it was not filtering in completely. I was missing a letter here or there, and it was that easy. Just change the battery. So that's a new troubleshooting technique for you. Thank you. Next, we have human resources professionals, if they can join me up here. The City of Schertz Proclamation, Human Resource Professional Day, September 26, 2022. Whereas the human resource professional is celebrated every September 26 and is designed to pay tribute to those working in the Human Resources Department everywhere. Whereas Governor General Sir Patrick Allen first referenced Human Resource Professional Day back in October 2013. He created this day to recognize and celebrate human resource professionals who play an important role in ensuring the success of organizations by developing the human capital. Whereas in the City of Schertz, the Human Resource Department consists of a Director of Human Resources, and purchasing, the human resource manager, a senior human resource generalist, an HR generalist, and administrative assistant who have combined total of over 52 years of experience in the field of human resources. Whereas a human resource professional carry out multiple tasks in the organization. They are the ones who build and maintain and generate and control company policies to ensure it benefits both the city and the employees within the country's labor laws and best practices. Whereas the City of Schertz human resource professionals oversee the staff appreciation group, health and wellness programs, recruiting, employee orientations and onboarding benefits, retirement, payroll, lunch webinars, and employee relations to more than 410 employees who work for the City of Schertz. Whereas a Human Resource Professional Day is all about thanking and appreciating the HRs who handle the most difficult of situations, including staff negotiations, corporate liaisons, and legislative interpretations. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that I, Ralph Gutierrez, Mayor for the City of Schertz, recognize Human Resource Professional Day, September 26, 2022, in the City of Schertz, and I urge all citizens to thank and appreciate the beneficial services the City of Schertz human resource professionals provide to the employees and the community. Ladies, thank you so much. Please, mic's yours.
On behalf of the HR department, I'd like to say thank you, Mayor, thank you, Council. We greatly appreciate the recognition and the support, and we'll continue to work hard to support the city and its employees. Thank you.
All right, we'll continue with city events and announcements of upcoming events. Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. And bear with me because there are a lot of activities going on over the next 2 weeks. So to kick it off will be the annual fall cleanup that actually started September 10th and it lasts through September 25th. That's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. The hazardous items tire drop-off weekend will be on September 17th and September 18th from 8 to 5. If there's any questions or more information, will be on our website for complete details. Saturday, September 17th, Education, Conservation of the Amazonian Rainforest with San Antonio Zoo. That's from 10 to 11 at Crescent Bend Nature Park. And then also that day is Pause in the Pool. There will be 2 sessions from 12 to 2 p.m. and then from 2 to 4 p.m. and that will be at Pickerel Park Pool. Friday, September 23rd is the TML Region 7 Fall Meeting. The reception begins at 4:30 and dinner and the program will begin at 6 p.m. If you wish to attend, please contact the City Secretary's office as they will be coordinating a carpool to drive to Fredericksburg. Friday, September 23rd and Saturday, September 24th, the library will be having the Read Before Bookstore book sale, and that will be 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. It'll be in the library program room, and that's located in the Children's Library. Bags will be sold for $5, and for more information, you can contact the library at 210-619-1700. On Saturday, September 24th, will be the Community Car Seat Check event. That'll be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that will be at the Schertz Playscape. On Saturday, September 24th as well, another event going on, the Get Prepped Emergency Preparedness Block Party, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that will be held here in the Hal Baldwin Municipal Complex. Tuesday, September 27th will be our next regularly scheduled council meeting, 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. Also want to let council know about on Wednesday, September 28th, SCUC ISD is going to be having their legislative advocacy luncheon, 11:30 a.m. in their boardroom on 1060 Elbow Road. If you'd like to attend, please RSVP to the city secretary's office. And then finally, the last event, just to get on everyone's calendar, Tuesday, October 4th, is going to be the Fall Regional Career Fair, and that will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Civic Center Ballroom. And as companies work to hire new employees, this collaborative effort among New Braunfels, Seguin, and Schertz will give job seekers and employers alike broader opportunities to connect and engage all in one place. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. It is going to be a busy 2 weeks. Thanks. Announcements and recognitions by our city manager, Dr. Brown.
I'd just like to recognize our IT professionals, Miles Clauser and his team. They do a fantastic job. They work so hard to keep our IT systems up and operating, and they do a fantastic job on cybersecurity. So I'm just really pleased to recognize them tonight. And similarly, our HR professionals do a wonderful job of managing all of the HR functions, and they also work extremely hard, and they're also the ones that bring the employee recognition program to us, and we certainly all appreciate that. So congratulations to those two departments tonight.
Next, announcements and recognitions by the mayor. I have none, so we'll move on. Next is a hearing of residents. This time is set aside for any person who wishes to address the city council. Each person is limited to 3 minutes, and we ask before addressing the council, for the record, please state your name and address. Mayor Pro Tem, please call first speaker.
The first speaker is Richard Eads.
My name is Richard Eads, 5523 Cypress Point. I've addressed some of these issues before the City Council since 2014, and so today I'm readdressing and bringing up some new issues. This has to do with Cypress Point. The development of Cypress Point was represented in Block 1, Sections 1, 2, and 3 belong to the Homeowner Association. I took over the Homeowner Association this week and found out that's not true. They're basically commercial, but they're on a residential street. The lot number 1 was deeded over to us recently because it has the monument that says Cypress Point. The other 2 are still considered commercial. What I would like the city to look at is taking those and forcing them over to residential. The developer has presented them as residential. He's been mowing it with Homeowner Association's money. The Homeowner Association's maintenance personnel has been maintaining that, plus the Parks Department on the other side of the street. So that is an issue I want the City Council to look at, is force rezoning of that area. I was also told that the land development, that was 1 lot. Today I talked to the land development unit. They said it was 1 lot, but technically it's 3. So the one on the corner is considered a separate lot from those 3 I'm talking about. The next issue is that since I've taken over this homeowner association, I found very close to dissolving the homeowner association because of mismanagement by the developer and the property management company. The property management company is no longer in existence because of criminal embezzlement. The the developer have failed to turn over the property to us for 2 years because of issues. We won't go into that. That's what they might be, too long to discuss. If it goes back over, if we decide to dissolve, then all those properties will go back to the city to maintain because we no longer will be in existence anymore. Grass growing, the drainage areas, cars parked in driveways, or on lots, people doing commercial work, will no longer have a homeowner association take care of that. We barely have enough funds to continue this month. I have filed file reports against the developer and against the property management company. We'll see where those end up going. I see I'm running out of time here, but I am concerned the fact that you allow these companies to come in and they do this kind of stuff. The developer, terrible. I mean, he hadn't filed taxes. The state took his status as a business, and he could no longer do business, but he still continued to do business. He ran it even though they considered it defunct. nobody really cares. So we're getting stuck with also a builder that's no longer in business. So 4 of the main things that are out there have gone belly up, and we're stuck with the mess to fix.
Thank you, sir. Okay, we'll move on to consent agenda items. Consent agenda items are considered self-explanatory, and information packets are provided to council and available for public viewing. These items require no separate discussion unless requested by council. Item number 1, resolution number 22R84, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing an agreement for provisions of professional services between the City of Schertz and the City of Schertz Economic Development Corporation and other matters in connection therewith. Item number 2, the cancellation of October 4, 2022, November 8, 2022, November 22, 2022, and December 27, 2022 council meetings, as well as scheduling a special meeting on November 21st, 2022, for the purpose of canvassing the results of the November 8, 2022 elections. Item number 3, resolution number 22R96, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing Amendment 5 to the project agreement with Cobb, Finley and Associates Incorporated related to the construction phase of engineering services for the Woolman Hollering Creek wastewater line project and other matters in connection therewith. Item number 4, resolution number 22R89, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing an interlocal agreement with the City of Midlothian for cooperative purchasing services and other matters in connection therewith. Mayor Pro Tem, please continue reading the consent agenda items.
Item number 5, resolution number 22R106, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz authorizing a public library interlocal agreement with Guadalupe County, Texas, and other matters in connection therewith. Item number 6, ordinance number 22D38, an ordinance by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, providing that a code of ordinance of the City of Schertz, Texas, be amended by revising Article 5, Section 86-39, restrictions on turning and providing an effective date, whereas final reading. Item number 7, resolution number 22R88, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing a contract with Walsworth for Schertz Magazine and Parks and Rec fund guide printing services and other matters in connection therewith. Item number 8, resolution number 22R95, a resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing an advance funding agreement with the Texas Department of Transportation for voluntary local government contributions to transportation improvement projects with no required match on system for FM 1518 expansion. Oh, sorry. Item number 9, approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of August 23rd, 2022.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Council, do any of these need to be removed for separate action?
Item number 2.
Item number 2 is moved. Any others? Is there a motion to approve items number 1 and 3 through 9?
So move. Second.
Motion's been made by Councilmember Scagliola, am I correct? And second by Councilmember Brown. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
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 We have 6 ayes, no objection, motion passes. Let's go back to item number 2.
No, I do not. You don't have to reread it.
Okay, this is a cancellation of October 4th, November 8th, November 22, and December 27th, and the special meeting on November 21st for the canvassing. Mayor Pro Tem, floor is yours.
Just bring it to the attention. I think that every year we keep canceling dates, and we're the ones that vote on the master calendar. I think going forward, we should just not have the dates on there so we don't have to vote. I think it's sort of like the Thanksgiving isn't sneaking up on us, and National Night Out doesn't sneak up on us, and I think it's just kind of silly to keep voting. We vote for them to have them, knowing we're not going to have them, and then we put them on the agenda to vote not to have them. So I'm thinking going forward, we just don't put them on the master calendar. That's all.
Any other comments? Yeah, if we can definitely make that on the master calendar is to include these 3 different dates. I think there's 4 different dates. They are the week of the, I think it's TML Conference and National Night Out, if we can make note of that day. November 8th is the election day, so we can make note of that date. November 22nd is related to the Thanksgiving holidays. And December 27th is related to the Christmas holidays. And then if we look at the special meeting that we have, that is normally 2 weeks after the election day. So we can just look at that date and we can place it on the master calendar. With that, is there a motion to approve item number 2?
So moved.
Do I?
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward and second by Councilmember Whitaker. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
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 6 ayes, no objection, motion passes. Thank you. We'll move on to ordinance number 22T39, an ordinance by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing an adjustment to the fiscal year 2021-2022 budget to adjust personal budgets, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict with this ordinance and providing an effective date. Mr. Walters, floor is yours.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. My name is James Walters. I'm the Finance Director for the City of Schertz. What we have for you, we're at the end of the year. This is on the current fiscal year 2021-2022 budget. We're getting close to the end. We adjust all of our personnel lines in the budget process, as you know, down a little bit due to turnover or anticipated turnover and vacancy. However, some departments don't end up having it. And then there's some other circumstances in some departments related to personnel that may have been different than when we first started the budget process. So what I have for you tonight is the adjustments for each of the personnel departments, some that need more funds and some that, due to the vacancies and having trouble filling positions, they have some additional extra. The only other note on here would be fire department, who this year was a big year for deployments. So it's also work with payroll and look at it. About every payroll, there's at least 1, if not 2 folks deployed. The good side is all of that comes back to us.
Mr. Walters, excuse me for a moment. Is there a slide presentation regarding this?
No, it was just in the packet, just the amount.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead. That was actually about it. We have the large number on there was the fire, and that's related to deployments, and we get that reimbursed back by the state. So.
All right, council, floor is open for discussion. Any discussion? Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 22T39?
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward and second by Councilmember Whitaker. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes, no objection, motion passes. We'll move on to item number 11, resolution number 22R100. A resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, authorizing expenditures in the amount not to exceed $1,602,997 for the fiscal year 2022-2023 Vehicle Equipment Replacement Program. Mr. Hernandez, floor is yours.
I hope so. There it goes. And then Sheila, F5. Good evening, Mayor, Dr. Brown, council members. Chris Hernandez, Fleet Manager for the City of Schertz. I'm going to be talking to you guys briefly about the Vehicle Equipment Replacement Program for the upcoming fiscal year 22-23. A quick overview. This quick briefing will be discussing the 10-year vehicle replacement acquisition plan for the fiscal year 22-23. I'm going to discuss with you the vehicle acquisition as well as the vendors that we have used that we are going to be utilizing for this coming year's purchases.
excuse me, I'm sorry. Our goals and objectives of this is to maintain a replacement acquisition strategy in place for all city-owned assets. We're seeking the lowest acquisition costs while meeting the needs of the departments, utilizing vendors that participate in purchasing co-ops for better buying power for the city, and also objective is for council to approve resolution 22-R100. What you're looking at right here is actually very quick. It's a brief copy of the 10-year replacement plan. And this slide shows exactly expenditures that we use to build the budget for the next fiscal year. It's pretty much a little bit of an older model. I am working on the new model that's going to be going from 2030, 31 and beyond up into 2039, 2040. You know, it's something that I was tasked to do when I got hired on as a fleet manager. So what I do is I've actually separated every asset by department and division. And when that new asset comes in, I add it into the plan, and the recommended replacement year is on the end. So we know when to exactly it's going to be scheduled for replacements. So everything from year 1920, I already have that plugged in for fiscal year 29, 30, 2030, 31. And it's going to be, as we go into the future, it's going to be generated more and more every year. I hope to have that ready for the next year's council presentation. That way y'all can see what I've been working on, because it is a challenge, but also it's very interesting because it's a learning lesson for me in the position that I'm in with the city. Right here, I believe it on this slide to kind of focus a little bit about what's being replaced for next fiscal year. Right now, it's a total of 32 pieces of equipment. I did not want to put everything on the slide due to the size, and also, you know, as council can see, it's a lot. You know, listing every vehicle, tractor. There's a batwing shredder on there, so I was like, I'll leave it like this, try to keep it as simple, but if you have questions about being replaced, I can answer them. What I would like to add for this slide is that there was actually a couple of items that were approved through expanded budget request on this slide. We have a skid steer for our streets department. There's a 600-gallon molding tank that was approved through expanded budget. The parks department adding new employees, so they get a new vehicle, so that was approved. That's also on here, as well as engineering. They are getting a new personnel, so that's on there as well. One thing that I did learn in ordering all of this new stuff is mostly for the manufacturers, and I'm talking about the big three: Ford, Chevy, I think the other one's Chrysler, Daimler, whoever they are now, Fiat, whatever they are. What the manufacturers are doing now is they're creating ordering banks. And what they're doing, the reason they're doing this is because of the supply issues, prices increasing. They're doing ordering banks. The most recent ordering bank that they opened September 1st. That ordering bank closes in 2 days. So the vendors that I'm working with from Silsby, Ford, and Caldwell were telling me, Chris, we can get you a quote, but as soon as possible, we need that PO. So once these POs are submitted, we are locked in and we got these prices, and those vehicles will be ordered. So we should be expecting those vehicles between the first and second quarter of next year, which is, you know, great. I mean, timelines, I think that's pretty good from what we've been seeing. I think the most recent ones that we received for last year's order was for the fire department, and those showed up August. And those were ordered October 1 of last year. So with this new ordering bank, our orders will be secured and we'll be good to go for next year's vehicles. And also, for our vehicles and equipment, the strategy is a one-for-one basis. The new one comes in, the one that it's replacing is we remove it from, I say we remove it from use, and we keep the new one, and that one's gonna be the next one to go for the next, it could be 7, 8, up to 10 years. And after that, that vehicle, or I'll use our John Deere tractor, that one will be replaced 10 years later, depending on the use as well. Excuse me. Also, these are the vendors. All of our vendors are on purchasing co-ops, Silsby, Ford, Caldwell, Romco, John Deere. You see John Deere up there twice, but John Deere has a heavy side, which is for their heavy-duty industrial equipment, and then they have their light-duty side, which is United Ag Equipment, but also falls under John Deere. But that would be for the mowers, the batwing shredders, and the other 15-foot shredders what we have on here for replacements. Klausner, if I remember, I can't remember what Klossner's, but they're Buyers Barricade, Hill Country Outdoor Power. All those vendors are on purchasing co-ops, and that's for the city of Schertz because that's what we use for our buying power on all our equipment and vehicles. Recommendations for this briefing is to keep our vehicle and equipment acquisition on a one-for-one basis, continuing the utilization of purchasing co-ops for our buying power, and also for council to approve Resolution 22-R100. And it's open for any questions.
Thank you. Council, floor is open for discussion. Yes, Councilmember Whitaker.
I don't know if you know this. I'm just curious. What is the savings working with the co-op versus if you just go, I guess, buy it retail? Oh, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Julie Golke, Purchasing Manager. On average, our savings is 20 to 30% off of retail list price.
Great. Thank you.
Council, any other comments? Is there a motion to approve Resolution Number 22R100?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion made by Councilmember Brown, second by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
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 We have 6 ayes, no objection, motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 12. The Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool Board of Trustees nominations. Consideration or action nominating Board of Trustees candidates for place 6 through 9. On the ballot, our recommendation was for place 6 is Mayor Pro Tem from the City of Schertz, Allison Hayward. In place 7, Mayor of Live Oak, Mary Dennis. In place 8, the City Administrator of Helotes, Ms. Mendoza. In place 9, the City Manager for the City of Lancaster, Ms. Maudine Jones. Ms. Edmondson?
Good evening, council staff. I was just going to go over basically what the mayor had just gone over. We had received the Texas Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool Board of Trustee nomination ballot. This year they were considering candidates for place 6 through 9. The officials listed on the attached ballot have been nominated to serve a 6-year term on the TML Intergovernmental Risk Pool Workers' Compensation, Property, and Liability Board of Trustees. Each member city is entitled to vote for only one Board of Trustee member candidate for places 6 through 9. On August 24th, 2022, at the NEP workshop mayor's meeting, a discussion was held on the candidates on the TMO risk pool ballot. Northeast partner mayors agreed on the selections for place 6 and 7, but were unfamiliar with the candidates for place 8 and 9. Mayor Mary Dennis, City of Live Oak, is familiar with many of the candidates running for place 8 and 9 and made recommendations for place 8 and 9. Again, the nominations that are listed: place 6, Ms. Allison Hayward, Mayor Pro Tem, City of Schertz; place 7, Mary Dennis, Mayor of City of Live Oak; place 8, Marian Mendoza, City Administrator for the City of Helotes; place 9, Opal Moldine Jones, City Manager for the City of Lancaster. We ask that tonight you nominate the candidates for place 6 through 9 for the TML Intergovernmental Risk Pool Board Trustees for a 6-year term. There is I'd given you a list on how to make that, make a motion if you choose to do so. And it doesn't say here on the sheet, but we do need to mail them back no later than September 30th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Edmondson. Council, questions? Is there a motion on the floor?
Mayor, I'd like to move that City Council nominate for place 6, Allison Hayward; for place 7, Mary Dennis; for place 8, Marian Mendoza; for place 9, Opal Maldine Jones; and authorize Mayor Ralph Gutierrez to cast the ballot on behalf of the City of Schertz.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second, okay. Mayor, motion's been made by Councilmember Whitaker, second by Councilmember Brown. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
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 We have 6 ayes, no objection, motion passes. We'll move on to a public hearing. Item number 13, ordinance number 22T30. An ordinance adopting a budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending on September 30th, 2023, in accordance with the charter of the City of Schertz, Texas, providing for the filing of the budget, providing that this ordinance shall be cumulative with all ordinances, providing for a severability clause, and providing an effective date. Mr. Walters, floor is yours.
Good evening. I'll be quick on the presentation and summary tonight. So we have 2 different types of funds. One is the operating funds, includes the general fund, the tax INS fund, the water and sewer fund, capital recovery water and sewer funds, the drainage fund, EMS fund, the Schertz Economic Development Corporation, and the roadway impact fees, area 1 through 4. And the special revenue funds, we have the special events fund, the PEG fund, the hotel occupancy fund, the park fund, tree mitigation, the library, and the library fund, and the historical committee. Overall, the proposed budget is $103,873,315. In that budget, there's 32 new positions, there's additional road funding, additional trail funding, replacement of the police records management system, Building 27 parking lot, and some other numerous small programs. So tonight, council will have a second and final vote, as well as a public hearing, and if there's any questions or discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Walters. Once again, this item is on the agenda as an open public hearing. Is there anyone in attendance who would like to address the City Council in reference to this subject? Going once, going twice. Public hearing is closed. Council, floor is open for discussion. Is there a motion to approve ordinance number 22T30?
So moved.
Second.
We have motion made by Councilmember Brown, second by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes, no objection. Motion passes. Item number 14, resolution number 22R105. A resolution by the City Council of the City of Schertz, Texas, ratifying the property tax increase reflected in the adopted budget for the fiscal year 2022-2023 and other matters in connection therewith. Mr. Walters, floor is yours.
Good evening. Don't have a slide for this one. This is a state requirement that they want everyone to be fully transparent about what the budget would entail and what we're pricing it to related to the property taxes. This is just a resolution. It does not actually have to be a public hearing, but it does have to take place after budget adoption.
Thank you, Mr. Walters. Once again, this is on the agenda as an open public hearing. Is there anyone in attendance who would like to address the City Council in reference to this subject? Going once, going twice. Public hearing is closed. All right. Council, questions? Is there a motion to approve resolution number 22R105? Motion's been made by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Brown. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
We have 5 ayes, 1 objection. Motion passes. We'll move on to item number 15, also a public hearing, ordinance number 22T31. An ordinance approving the appraisal rolls, setting the tax rate, levying and assessing a general and special ad valorem taxes for the use and support of the municipal government of the City of Schertz, Texas, appropriating the levies of specific purposes, providing a servability clause, and providing an effective date. This is also our final reading. Mr. Walters, floor is yours.
This ordinance is to set the tax rate. So we have a couple of tax rates the state has us calculate, present to council for consideration. The no new revenue rate was 0.4526. The voter approval rate was 0.4968. And the proposed rate as it stands right now is 0.4950.
Thank you, Mr. Walters. Once again, this item is on the agenda as an open public hearing. Is there anyone in attendance who would like to address the City Council in reference to this subject? Going once, going twice. Public hearing is closed. Is there, Council, floor is open for discussion. Councilmember Whitaker.
Mr. Walters, just a quick question. Based on the budget that we just approved, this is the tax rate that's going to take, that we need to get all the funds that we need for the budget, correct? Based on your calculations?
That is the proposal, yes.
Okay. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of 0.4950, which is effectively a 9.4% increase in the tax rate.
Second.
We have a motion made by Councilmember Whitaker, second by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward. Any other comments? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
We have 6 ayes, 1 objection, motion passes. All right, we have a roll call confirmation. Our Deputy City Secretary will provide us a roll call confirmation for items 1 through 15. Ms. Edmondson?
Excuse me, Mayor. On number 15, I heard a nay. Was it 5-1?
That is correct.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Scagliola?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay, sorry about that. Let's start with consent agenda items 1 through 9. Item number 2 was pulled for discussion. So items number 1, 3 through 9. Councilman Scagliola made the motion, seconded by Councilmember Tim Brown. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Davis, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, Scagliola, and Brown all said yes. No one said no. Motion passed 6-0. Item number 2 that was brought into discussion. The motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, seconded by Councilmember Whitaker. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, Scagliola, and Brown all voted yes. No one voted no. Motion passed 6-0. Item number 10, ordinance number 22T39, first reading. A motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, seconded by Councilmember Whitaker. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, Scagliola, and Brown all voted yes. No one voted no. Motion passed 6-0. Item number 11, resolution number 22R100. A motion was made by Councilmember Brown, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, Scagliola, and Brown all voted yes. Motion passed 6-0. Item number 12, it was the TML Municipal League Intergovernmental Risk Pool Board of Trustees nominations. The motion was made by Councilmember Whitaker. She stated, I move that City Council nominate for Place 6, Allison Hayward, Place 7, Mary Dennis, Place 8, Marion Mendoza, Place 9, Opal Muldoon Jones, and authorize Mayor Ralph Gutierrez to cast the ballot on behalf of the City of Schertz. Councilmember Brown seconded that motion. Councilmember Hayward, Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, Scagliola, and Brown all voted yes. Motion passed 6-0. Item number 13, ordinance 22T30 on final reading. A motion was made by Councilmember Brown, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, Scagliola, and Brown all voted yes. Motion passed 6-0. Item number 14, resolution number 22R105. A motion was made by Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, seconded by Councilmember Brown. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Councilmembers Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, and Brown all voted yes. Councilmember Scagliola voted no. Motion passed 5-1. Item number 15, ordinance number 22T31, final reading. Councilmember Whitaker made a motion. She stated, I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of the tax rate of 0.0495, which is effectively a 9.4% increase in the tax rate. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward seconded that motion. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward, Council Members Davis, Whitaker, Dalla, and Brown all voted yes. Councilmember Scagliola voted no. Motion passed 5-1.
Thank you, Ms. Edmondson. All right, we'll move on. We have a closed session. The city council will meet in closed session in accordance with section 551.074 of the Texas Governmental Code, personnel matters to discuss the direction to fill the city manager's vacancy. The time is now 6:50. We will reconvene after our discussion. The time is now 7:24. We reconvene into our regular session after our discussion and deliberation regarding our closed session, which is item number 17 in reference to item number 16, the city manager vacancy. Start time was 6:55, end time was 7:21. No action is required. No roll call confirmation is needed. We'll move on to item number 18. Item number 18 is the Guadalupe Regional Medical Center Prescription Assistance Report. This is information packets that were provided to council and available for public viewing at Schertz.com. Announcements and requests. Any further announcements from our city manager, Dr. Brown?
No further announcements, Mayor.
Council, any possible updates or information requested from staff? Council, any possible items you'd like to place on the future agenda? Okay. Announcements by council members. Mayor Pro Tem Hayward.
Yes, Mayor, I attended 2 ribbon cuttings, one Monday for American Loans, I think it is, and then today there was one that was called Spine and Wellness Center, and that one was actually pretty amazing that we now have someone on this side of the area that will take care of your spine and your wellness issues, and people won't have to go into San Antonio. So it was great. That is all.
Okay. Councilmember Davis.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Councilmember Whitaker.
I attended the Northeast Partnership Luncheon, and also we had the interview committee for boards and commissions.
Councilmember Dallas still on Zoom? Okay, we'll come back just in case. Councilmember Scagliola.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Councilmember Brown.
Nothing tonight.
Once again, Councilmember Dalla? It's not on there? All right, the time is now 7:25. We stand adjourned.